Good morning. Hey, how are you doing? I'm in the greenhouse because it's a little windy and chilly outside. So I thought, okay, let's just walk over to the greenhouse. It's still a little windy and chilly in here, but not like it would be if I were standing in the weather. So, but I wanted to do a little bit of a devotional, and believe it or not, I don't have one scripted or in my head or thought out or whatever. So I grabbed my Bible and I'm like, okay, let's just open it up and see what God has, right? Because sometimes that's the best thing. We don't know in our heart, but we have an urge to do something and we know it's from God. That sometimes we spend more time trying to figure out, okay, God, what is it you want me to do or read or whatever, if it would be just to, okay, let's just do it. Let's just do it already. I opened up to Ezekiel, okay? And Ezekiel 34, the shepherds and the sheep. The word of the Lord came to me, Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. Prophesy and say to them, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Woe to the shepherds of Israel who take care only of themselves. Should not the shepherds take care of the flock? You eat the curds, clothe yourself with the wool, and slaughter the choice animals, but you do not take care of the flock. You have not strengthened the weak, or healed the sick, or bound up the injured. You have not brought back the strays, or searched for the lost. You have ruled them harshly and brutally. So they were scattered because there was no shepherd. And when they were scattered, they became food for the wild animals. My sheep wandered all over the mountains and on high hill. They were scattered over the whole earth, and no one searched or looked for them. And that's from 1 through 6. Whoa, right? Oh, my goodness. I could go on, but let's just stop there. Go on just a little bit. Verse 7 says, therefore, you shepherds, hear the word of the Lord. As surely as I live, declares the sovereign Lord, because my flock lacks a shepherd, and so has plundered and become food for all the wild animals, and because my shepherds do not search for my flock, but cared for themselves rather than for my flock, therefore, our shepherds, hear the word of the Lord. This is what the sovereign Lord says. I am against the shepherds, and I will hold them accountable for my flock. I will remove them for tending the flock, so the shepherds can no longer feed themselves. I will rescue my flock from their mouths, and it will no longer be food for them. How many times, and I am as guilty as I'll get out about this, and God has really, really dealt with me harshly, if I can use that word, about this very thing. But how many times has God told us to do something and we have refused? Okay. How many times has God told us to say something or spread something or use us as his mouthpiece, and we've refused? Or told us to, just as simple as give something to somebody, and it sounded so ridiculous that we've refused. I'm guilty of that. I'm very, very, very guilty of that. My husband, bless his heart, and I mean that in the most beautiful way possible, I don't think he's ever refused what God has put in his heart to do for somebody, ever. And it doesn't matter what it is or how insane it sounds or how, he doesn't even think about it like that. He just does it because he knows what it's like to be there. And I think sometimes that's what it takes, is to know what it feels like to be on the other side, to be able to reach out and help someone. But even if we don't know what it's like to be on this other side, if God tells us, we should do it, period. Obedience, okay? And that's what God requires of us more than anything else, is obedience. And obedience leads to blessings. Okay? It's not how much money we put in the tithe basket. It's not how much money we put in the offering basket. No, guys, no. It's obedience. And if God tells you that he wants you to do a particular thing, you darn well better get off your haunches and go do it, because he's not going to stop until you do. And if you don't, after a period of time, he will discipline you. And discipline comes from disciple. You know, just like a parent might ignore a child's bad behavior for a time. But at some point, that has to stop. It has to stop. And we will be held accountable. Just like as a parent, we are held accountable for our child's bad behavior. Right? Okay? And we will be held accountable. And I've thought about this. And I probably haven't thought about it hard enough. But when we go before God, we will have to give an account of what we have done. He is looking for us to give an account of what we've done or not done. And he might say to us, I know you're not. Just because, what it says right here, I will hold them accountable for my flock because of disobedience. I don't want to be there. That's really, you know, we give out of love. We do out of love. We obey because we love. Not because we're afraid to go to hell. Not because we want the best seat in heaven, or because we want to sit at the feet of Jesus, though we all do, right? Not because we give the most money in the tithing box. Because he is going to ask us, my good and faithful servant, what have you done? What have you held accountable to me? And if we haven't, then what? Then what is he going to do? Is he going to remove us? Is he going to tell you, I'm sorry, but I know you're not, just simply because you haven't done what I've asked you to do. And when you do what I ask you to do, that shows that you know me. And it helps me it helps you to get to know me more. Because it's only through obedience can we get to the heart of God. Think about that. And I fought it. Oh my gosh, y'all, I have fought it. Fight. And it doesn't do any good. He's just going to keep on coming back. He's going to keep on keeping on until you give in or he gives up. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't want... Whoa! Huh! See, there's the wind. I don't want God to give up on me. Do you? Okay. Before the wind knocks my thing back over. Before the wind knocks my tripod back over, we'll close there. And I'll see you guys next time, okay? Have a beautiful and faith-filled day, wherever your day starts. And remember, God loves you, and so do I. Stay blessed. Bye now.